Welcome to the Waylon perspective. Please like and press that subscribe button. I appreciate it very much. This is my reaction to voice of Baceprot performing age-oriented. Let's commence. Ladies and gentlemen, just give me a few seconds here. The utter power and awesomeness of voice of Baceprot just coming at me, ladies and gentlemen. These three ladies are phenomenal musicians, ladies and gentlemen. Every time I've seen them perform, they have absolutely rocked the performance. Without fail, ladies and gentlemen, they're simply brilliant. Theodore Marsha on vocals and guitar, leading the way there, already bringing us into the track there with her voice, just letting us know that we're going to get another just absolute awesome bit of music. VD on bass, Ayus on drums, ladies and gentlemen. Already the power. It is, you cannot mistake this voice of Baceprot sound for anyone else. VOB absolutely crushing it already, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, age-oriented vibes. Let's continue to rock. I just love how Theodore Marsha switches up that vocal styling, you know, in between singing, that singing voice vibe that she brings through, and then sort of that hip-hop sort of rapping style that she also incorporates, similar to Zach De La Rocca from Rage Against the Machine. The vibe just absolutely working, ladies and gentlemen. This is just, with all of VOB's music, there's this sense of defiance. There's this sense of absolutely, they're going to crush it. They're going to absolutely step up. You know what I mean? And they're absolutely going to give you a performance to remember. That's the vibe that they generate with all these performances. And that live, you know, musicianship that they bring to the table, ladies and gentlemen. So impressive every single time. You know, they're not letting anything stop them. That's the whole thing. Nothing is going to stop this trio from absolutely ruling. They keep ruling. This is brilliant stuff.
Go say Julianti. Let's see me the dream full. Go say Julianti. Let's see me sold out. Go say Julianti. Let's see me soul full. Go say Julianti.
I wanted to time that pause better. I'm always looking for the spots where she's not singing to try and pause it nicely, ladies and gentlemen. So apologies for kind of messing that up a little bit. I just have to shout out their musicianship here, ladies and gentlemen. They are so good on their instruments. And absolutely, the way the song just, you know, broke down and just then picked up again. And ladies and gentlemen, structurally, just wonderful stuff in terms of the song itself. And it's just the vibe that they generate, ladies and gentlemen. I just cannot help but just be utterly impressed by it. It just works so wonderfully. And the power that they generate, it's just amazing stuff every single time. What a track this is. Voice of Baceprot, absolutely showing you how it's done. Shout out to VD on bass guitar. Absolutely. These dollops of bass are just immense stuff, ladies and gentlemen. The rhythm here on this track moving along, just the heaviness of this song, absolutely. It's, ladies and gentlemen, it's just this train that is unstoppable. It's on the tracks. You know what I mean? Those trains that are on the tracks that can't be stopped, unstoppable. They keep going forward, you know, with all that natural momentum. That's Voice of Baceprot, ladies and gentlemen. You're not stopping them. They are utterly awesome, utterly powerful, utterly brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely dig that sort of vibe. Like, when it comes to music and when it comes to genre music, sometimes, you know, there are expectations in the genre that you perform in. So some bands have this knack for just, you know, thinking outside the box. They have this knack for structurally doing different things, for doing unexpected things, you know, for doing hybrids of different styles. And Voice of Baceprot definitely fall into that category, ladies and gentlemen. I did not expect that, but, you know, that sort of funky breakdown bit that they did there in terms of this specific song. But that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of their musicianship, their skill. They can absolutely take the song anywhere, and they do it routinely, ladies and gentlemen. And they're so impressive every single time. I mean, this band absolutely rocking it powerfully on this stage. Let's take it home, ladies. Let's just absolutely continue to rock this one until the end. Age-Oriented is an original song by Voice of Baceprot. Written in 2017-18, it was eventually featured on their debut studio album, Retas, released in 2023. That was so good, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe it? They wrote this track when they were still at school. How impressive is that, ladies and gentlemen? What a song. Age-oriented. I mean, people telling them to wait their turn, people telling them to do different kind of music, people telling them what to do. No thanks. Voice of Baceprot absolutely stepping up, being defiant, being independent, doing what they want to do. And that's important, ladies and gentlemen, holding on to your own identity, chasing your own dreams, you know, reaching for those stars that you want to reach for, and not letting anyone else get in your way, not letting the negativity hold you down. Nothing could hold this band down on this performance, ladies and gentlemen. That was so dynamic. VOB absolutely crushing it on that stage, ladies and gentlemen, in front of that audience back in 2021. What a performance, ladies and gentlemen. What a performance. I myself, of course, here, I knew they would be brilliant. That's the whole thing. It's not my first time checking out this band, and it won't be my last. They are so amazing, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate, you know, the way they absolutely do what they want to do in terms of the structure of their songs. Those songs just so funky, so heavy, so memorable. And that's what Voice of Baceprot are all about, ladies and gentlemen. Being utterly magnificent on that stage, just absolutely following their own destiny and absolutely doing what they need to do to chase their own dreams. And that's just, you know, all strength to them, all power to them. They're absolutely rocking, and they continue to rock to this day, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to stop. This band just continue to go from strength to strength, and they will continue to absolutely be awesome all the way through. Voice of Baceprot, what a performance. That was simply marvelous. The VOB vibe has always been electrifying. That was magical music.